Let's talk communication 101. I'm going to give you 3 tips that's going to help you communicate effectively, whether that's doing reels, doing skits, while you're in a meeting, doing a presentation, whatever it is that is allowing you to be in front of people. I need you to be able to speak confidently and know the tips and the tools to communicate effectively. Number 1, first and foremost, you have to be an active listener. What does that mean? When someone is speaking, you are not waiting to respond, but you're engaging and making sure that you are letting them know you're listening. So that's nodding, that's looking them in the eye, that's paying close attention to what is being said, even paraphrasing what the other person has said to show that you, in fact, are listening to what they're saying. Number 2, be clear and concise. When being clear and concise, you want to make sure that you get straight to the point. This means avoid overloading your message. A lot of times we put unnecessary details within the messaging, which can cause a distraction. You want to make sure that what you're saying is easy for people to understand so that they can follow along. This is imperative when communicating. Number 3, watch your nonverbals. This is what you're doing outside of talking, your hands, your facial expressions, your eyes. If you're communicating, but you're constantly looking down, it is an indicator that you are not confident in what you're saying. You should have your shoulders back, your eyes should be directly on your audience, and you want to make sure that you are not monotone. Make sure to pronunciate your words so that the audience understands exactly what you're saying. Make sure that your facial expressions and your gestures align with your messaging. For instance, if your messaging is supposed to be enthusiastic and uplifting, then you want to make sure that you're smiling. You would never want to deliver what's supposed to be something that is enthusiastic like this. Be excited about the message, the transition we're going through. We're going to be doing. It's not aligning. You need to be smiling. You need to be upbeat. You need to show the enthusiasm in you. You might even need to move your hands just to get the picture. Your alignment with the message is imperative because it's not always about what you're saying, but also about what you're doing. Now I'm going to give you some everyday examples of how to actively listen, how to be concise and clear, and also how to watch your nonverbals. So for instance, let's just say that your boss has given you a project. Instead of just simply saying, okay, you might want to respond by saying, so you'd like for the report to be completed and updated by Friday. Is that right? That's how you show you're actively listening, regurgitating exactly what they said back to ensure you understand. For instance, relationships. If your partner comes home and he's stressed or she's stressed and he says to you, hey, I've had a tough day. Instead of just jumping in and offering advice, you may want to say something like, sounds like it was a very stressful day. Would you like to talk more about it? That is an example of active listening. In friendship, if a friend shares something exciting, you may want to say, that's huge. I'm really proud of you. When in working situations, instead of leadership or your manager saying something like, we're going to try a few different options to see if that work. To be clear and concise, you may want to say, first, we're going to try option A. If that doesn't work, then we're going to try option B. Another thing, when speaking with friends, instead of just saying something along the lines of, let's hang, you may want to be specific and say something like, are you free on Friday at 7 p.m.? Also, in a relationship, you don't want to be passive aggressive. So instead of saying something like, I wish people would help out around the house, you may want to come straight to that person and say, hey, would you mind taking out the trash? We need it. These are ways to be clear and concise so that there's no confusion about what you're trying to say and the message that you're trying to convey. We're going to give you more examples about how to watch your nonverbals. As it relates to examples for nonverbals, we're first going to target working situations. Let's say, for instance, that you're in a meeting, you're carrying the meeting, or you're just an audience member in the meeting. The one thing that you want to make sure that you are conscious of is you don't want to have your arms folded. This right here shows that you're not open and you're not interested. You also want to make sure that you're always giving eye contact. You want to project confidence. It's imperative, essential when it comes to conversing and conveying effective messages. Let's talk about love. Okay, it is much more effective to be looking the person that you love directly in the eye, letting them know, I love you, baby, compared to being on your phone texting, I love you, baby. Which one is more effective? Which one hits harder? I think you know the answer. I hope you have enjoyed the 3 effective tips to communicating and the examples that went along with them. I hope that I provided you with everything that you needed to know for this first series. My goal here is to help you be the best communicator that you possibly can be in any setting that you're in. Until next time, from your favorite funny girl, comedian Judge Miles, aka Portia Miles Grant.